children, I hope you're all well. It's our last day of home learning today, hopefully fingers crossed forever. So we're back at school on Monday and I can't wait to see you all. So we've just got one final shape, space and measure task to do at home. We're going to focus again on our shapes and on our 3D shapes in particular. So if we can remember what a 2D shape and what's a 3D shape. Remember we use the words flat and fat. Well done. So our 2D shapes, our squares, our triangles, those are flat shapes. 2D is flat. And our 3D shapes, like our cubes and our spheres, those are our fat shapes. Those are 3D shapes. So I've got some objects here. Some of them are 2D shapes, some of them are 3D shapes. I'm going to go through them all. These are things that I found around my house. I'm going to go through them all and then I'm going to see if you can remember any of the names of them and then I'm going to explain to you what we're going to do after that. So first of all, I've got a 2D shape and it is a lid, so it's a little bit flat, but if we just look at the sort of flat bit, what shape is that? That is a circle. Well done if you said circle. Okay, we've got another 2D shape here. I've got an envelope. What shape is my envelope? It is a rectangle. Well done. Another 2D shape. This is an old record. What shape is this? This is a square. Well done. And one final 2D shape that I had to kind of make myself because I couldn't find anything. What shape have I ripped this bit of paper into? A triangle. Well done if you said triangle. Now let's have a look now at our 3D shapes. Okay, let's start with my cake box. What 3D shape do you think that my cake box is? It is a cube. Well done if you said cube. Okay. What about my can of soup? What 3D shape is my can of soup? What name of the shape is it? Can you remember? It is a cylinder. Well then, if you can't remember these, then don't worry. I'm just going over them now. That's why we're going over them. Okay, what about my apple? What 3D shape is my apple called? It's called a sphere. Well done if you said sphere. Okay, let's have a look. I've got a clock here. Can anybody remember the clock? I could put it this way as well, which will help us. Remember, this is called a cube. This is a bit of a stretched cube. What would we call this? A cuboid. Well done if you said cuboid. Now I've got my penguin that I had last week. I'll just take the lid off the top of it. Can anybody remember the shape of this one? What's it called? This is a cone. Well done if you said cone. And last but not least, I think it was Richard that gave me this idea last week. So well done, Richard. A tea bag. Can anybody guess what shape that tea bag's in? A pyramid. It's almost a pyramid. I mean, mine hasn't got a square bottom, but you can get tea bags in a pyramid shape. So I've sort of made it. So yeah, we've got a pyramid there. So we've got lots of 2D and 3D shapes in front of us. So now that I've got all my shapes, I'd like you to do the same. Can you go and look around your house and you might want to find the same things that you found last week. That's absolutely fine. So you're looking for 3D and you could also find some 2D shapes if you've got any in your house. I found quite a few in mine. And then what we're going to do is we're going to sort our objects. And you can sort them however you like. You might want to sort them into 2D and 3D. So I'm going to put my 3D shapes on this side of my table. And I've got my 2D shapes over here. So I've got my envelope. In my rectangle, I've got my triangle. I've got my square. And I've got my circle. And over this side, I've got my cube. I've got my cone. I've got my cylinder, my sphere, my pyramid, and my cuboid. So I've now sorted my shapes into 2D and 3D. How else could we sort the shapes? Could we sort them a different way? Could you think of another way that we could sort the shapes? One way that we could sort the shapes is Do they roll or do they not roll? So you could test that out depending on what you've got. Some of the things that I know aren't going to roll. So I don't think this is going to roll. Doesn't look like it's going to roll. So if I put that there, that's not going to roll. I don't think this will roll either, or this. What about my circle? I wonder if that will roll. It might roll if I rolls a little bit. So I think I'm going to put that on the rolling side over here. Oh, I'm not going to try and roll this, but I don't think that's going to roll very well. I think it would stay in the same place. So I'm going to put that, my cuboid, over this side for the not rolling side. What about my apple? Is that going to roll? Let's see. Yes, my sphere, my apple, that rolls very, very well. So I'm going to put the sphere on the rolling side. What about my cuboid, my cylinder? Do you think my cylinder, my cylinder is going to roll? Let's see. Sorry, I had to pause because my doorbell rang. Anyway, where were we? So we were on this cylinder. So does the cylinder roll? Let's see. Yes, it does. So I can put the cylinder on the rolling side. Is my cone going to roll? We could try. Let's see. Yeah, it does roll. So we can put that there. What about my pyramid, my tea bag? Is that going to roll? Let's see. No, it doesn't really roll. So we put that on that side. And I think the last thing we've got is the cube, the cake box, the cube. Is that going to roll? I mean, this is quite big, so I don't think this is going to roll. But if you had a dice that was in a cube shape, that would roll, wouldn't it? Because we do roll dice. So that may be different depending on what you've got. So now I've sorted my shapes into things that roll, shapes that roll, and shapes that don't roll. And if you notice, children, there are 2D shapes in both, and there are 3D shapes in both. So it doesn't necessarily mean that if it's a 3D shape, it's going to roll. If it's a 2D shape, it's not going to roll, because they're in different ones, aren't they? Okay, let's do one more. Let's see if I can think of one. We could have what sort of shape they are. So we could have, if they have circle faces on them, or they are a circle, we're doing 2D shapes, or we could have square faces. Now, the face, children, is what's kind of on the end. So this is the face here. Okay, so we're going to have circles and squares. Okay, and if they haven't got anything, then we'll put it in the middle. If they haven't got a circle or a square face, then we'll put it over here. Not all shapes have faces. Not all shapes have square or circle faces. So we'll have to see. So starting with our cube. My cube has a square face. Cubes have 6 square faces. This actually isn't a perfect cube because this looks a bit more rectangular. But if we look at the top, if you look at a proper cube, like a dice is a good example, we've got square here. So I'm going to put that over on the square side. I think I said square was over here. Okay. I'm also going to put, even though 2D shapes only have one face, this face is a square shape. So that's going to go over here. Again, with the square side. Okay, let's go to our cuboid. What have we got on the top of our cuboid? This is a square. Well done. It's kind of rectangle, but if we were looking at it, a proper cuboid, it would be a square shape. So that can go over this side. Well done. Okay, let's have a look now and see if we've got any circle shapes. So we had our circle 2D shape there, so that can go over that side. Anything else that's got a circle? Oh, yeah, the pyramid has got a circle face on the bottom. Okay, so not the pyramid, so this is a cone. The cone, I should say, has a circle face on the bottom. So we can put our cone. Now it looks like it's got a circle face at the top, but this really should be a point if it was a proper cone. So that's not a face there, that's a point. But at the bottom we have got a circle face, so that can go over that side. Now our sphere. What do we think about the sphere? The sphere has one curved face or one curved edge, but actually it doesn't have any faces, so that can go over here. It hasn't got any faces that are either square or circle. Anything else that I've missed? Oh, we've got the cylinder here. What shape is the cylinder's face? A circle, so we can put that over this side. Okay, make sure you can see those. Right, there's a few that I haven't done. So my rectangle, is that going to go anywhere? No, it hasn't got a square or a rectangle or a circle face. So we're going to put that over here with our sphere. Triangle, has that got a circle or a square face? No, so again that goes over here. And our pyramid. What do we think about this one? If you were looking at a proper pyramid, a pyramid does normally have a square base, if it's a square base pyramid. So we won't put this one in there today because this one hasn't got a square base. You can get other base pyramids. We normally in reception look at square base pyramids, but it is still a pyramid, but it's not got a square face. So we're going to put that over this side as well. So we've now sorted our shapes into square faces, circular faces, and ones that don't fit. Those are our groups. And again, we've got 2D shapes and 3D shapes in each group. So what I want you to do now is go and find some shapes, go and find some things. It might be the same things that you found last week, but you can include some 2D shapes this week. And then I want you to choose one way that you're going to sort them. Now, it might be, do they roll? It might be, can you stack them? Can you put them on top of each other? It might be to do with their faces. You might want to count corners on things. You can do whatever you like, whatever way you want to sort it, you can sort it that way. It doesn't have to be 2 groups. It can be more than 2 groups if you want. Okay, don't forget to take a picture and upload so I can see. All right then. Thanks everyone. Bye.